War. It is a word that evokes images of destruction, suffering, and loss. Throughout history, humanity has been plagued by this recurring nightmare. From ancient times to the modern era, wars have left an indelible mark on our world. But why do wars exist? What drives humanity to engage in such destructive conflicts? Understanding the causes of war is essential if we hope to create a more peaceful future. By unraveling the complex tapestry of historical, psychological, and economic factors that contribute to warfare, we can gain valuable insights into this enduring human problem. This essay will explore the multifaceted nature of war, examining its roots and its impact on societies throughout history. By delving into the heart of this issue, we can begin to grasp the magnitude of the challenge and work towards a world where war is no longer an inevitability. Join me as we embark on a journey to understand the causes of war and explore the possibilities for a more peaceful future. One of the most fundamental reasons for war is the pursuit of territory and resources. Throughout history, empires have risen and fallen based on their ability to conquer and control land. From the conquests of Alexander the Great to the expansion of the Roman Empire, the desire for more territory has been a driving force behind countless conflicts. Resources, too, have played a pivotal role in sparking wars. Access to essential commodities such as water, oil, and minerals has often been a source of tension and conflict between nations. The struggle for control over these vital resources has fueled wars throughout history and continues to be a major factor in modern conflicts. The pursuit of land and resources is deeply intertwined with the concepts of power and dominance. By controlling more territory and resources, nations can increase their power and influence on the world stage. This desire for power and dominance has been a recurring theme in the history of warfare. While external factors such as territory and resources are undoubtedly important, it is crucial to recognize the role of human psychology in perpetuating war. At its core, war is a human endeavor driven by a complex interplay of emotions, beliefs, and instincts. One prominent psychological factor is aggression. Some scholars argue that aggression is an innate human instinct, deeply rooted in our evolutionary past. From this perspective, war is seen as a natural consequence of our biological predisposition towards violence. However, it is important to note that this view is not universally accepted, and many argue that aggression is heavily influenced by social and cultural factors. Another key psychological factor is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the other, and fear of loss can all contribute to a climate of suspicion and hostility that makes war more likely. When nations perceive each other as threats, they are more likely to resort to violence as a means of self-preservation. Section 4. The price of progress, economic competition and warfare. In an increasingly interconnected world, economic factors play a significant role in driving conflict. Competition for resources, markets, and economic dominance can create tensions that escalate into warfare. This is particularly true in the modern era, where globalization has intensified economic competition on a global scale. The pursuit of economic gain has been a motivating factor in wars throughout history. From the ancient spice trade to modern-day conflicts over oil, the desire for economic advantage has often led to armed conflict. In many cases, wars are fought not for ideological reasons, but rather for control over valuable resources and trade routes. The unequal distribution of wealth and resources is a major source of tension in the world today. Many argue that the global economic system, characterized by imbalances in power and wealth, creates conditions that make war more likely. As long as these disparities persist, the potential for conflict will remain high. Section 5. Echoes of conflict, examples of war through the ages. To fully grasp the complex tapestry of war, it's essential to examine specific examples from different time periods and regions. History is replete with examples of conflicts that illustrate the various causes and consequences of war. Ancient civilizations, for instance, frequently engaged in warfare for territorial expansion and resource acquisition. The Peloponnesian War between Athens and Sparta, for example, was sparked by competition for dominance in the ancient Greek world. Similarly, the Punic Wars between Rome and Carthage were driven by economic rivalry and a struggle for control of the Mediterranean Sea. In the modern era, ideological conflicts have played a more prominent role. The two world wars, for example, were fueled by a complex interplay of nationalism, imperialism, and ideological clashes. The Cold War, while not a direct military confrontation, was nonetheless a period of intense ideological struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union. Section 6. The scars of battle. Impact of war on societies. War has a profound impact on societies, leaving lasting scars on both the victors and the vanquished. The most immediate and visible consequence of war is, of course, the loss of human life. Wars claim the lives of soldiers and civilians alike, leaving families shattered and communities devastated. Beyond the immediate human cost, wars also have long-term social, economic, and political consequences. Wars can disrupt economies, destroy infrastructure, and displace populations. They can also lead to political instability, social unrest, and psychological trauma that can last for generations. However, it is important to acknowledge that war can also have unintended positive consequences. For example, wars can stimulate technological innovation, as nations invest heavily in research and development to gain a military edge. Wars can also foster a sense of national unity and purpose, as citizens rally around their leaders and their country in times of crisis. Section 7. A Hope for Peace. Reflections on the future of conflict. As we have seen, war is a complex phenomenon with deep roots in human history and psychology. While it may be tempting to view war as an inevitable part of the human condition, it is important to remember that we are not slaves to our past. By understanding the causes of war, we can work to create a more peaceful future. The future of conflict will likely be shaped by a combination of familiar and emerging threats. Climate change, resource scarcity, and global inequality are all potential drivers of future conflicts. In addition, advances in technology such as artificial intelligence and cyber warfare pose new challenges to international security. Despite the challenges, there is reason for hope. International institutions such as the United Nations provide a forum for dialogue and cooperation between nations. Diplomacy, conflict resolution, and peace building